Okay, so I just want to give you a little preview of what it looks like when you're in Screencastify or when you're in Edulastic for this fraction work that you're going to do. I do not need to see a picture of the work that you write down, though I will admit that even when I was doing it, I had to write some stuff down. What I'm looking for is whether or not you remember how to add and subtract fractions with sometimes the same denominator and sometimes different denominators. And if you know how to reduce your fraction to simplest form or lowest terms, always have improper fractions turn into mixed numbers where you have a whole number and a fraction part. So you have 10 questions on here. And over on the right-hand side is where your answers go. So you just type in the box. So here's number 1. You're going to do some work on a piece of paper, and then you're going to write it up in here in this little box. So if I wanted my answer to be 18, I could type 18. If I wanted my answer to be 5/20ths, I would hit this little calculator button. Then I have this big menu with some math symbols in here. This is the fraction symbol. So I'll click on that. And do you see how it pops up in this little box up here? So this is the numerator. If I want it to be 5 and then 20 on the bottom, that's how I write it, 5/20ths. Okay. If I wanted to use a whole number or a mixed number, so where I have a whole number and a fraction with it, I click the math button again, or the calculator button again, and you see how it turns back into a keyboard? So if you realize that you don't want to write anything, you don't want to put any numbers in there because you don't really know how to do number 2, you can click back to the keyboard and just write, don't remember. But hopefully you will remember, and so you won't write that. I'll delete that. Click this, and then if I wanted my answer to be 1.5, I would click this button. You see how it has a box out front, and then a box that looks like two boxes that look like fractions. So you click on this, and then maybe my whole number is 1. And I just use, you can't see this part, but I can use the arrows on my keyboard to go to the different boxes, or I can take my mouse and click on the different boxes where I want to go. There's 1.5. Okay? So when you're done, you answered all the questions. You see there's 10 of them on there. You go ahead and you click submit. I think your submit button will be up here where my exit button is. Please let me know if you have any questions.